didn't say that about Fat Tiffany with a spot here, Carol. I said about that Tiffany over there. But they're still saying her fucking name. And then Tiffany can't get her money because you're saying about Tiffany when that's not even Tiffany. That's someone else. Said that to her though. I didn't fucking... Dude, I didn't call my daughter and say no weird shit. I'm not the one calling people and saying this shit. They are, man, to get my money. Dude, I'm not friends with that Chimo guy. I didn't marry him. I'm not the one that gave up rights to be with my babies on the human being floor, even though my babies are teenagers and adults now. Yeah, well, my little girl was 10 and a half when this happened to me. That was 3 fucking years ago. That's 3 years I missed out on growing up because of you pieces of shit. Call yourself fucking FBI. Go fuck yourself, bitch. My daughter is not Rachel Morrow's daughter who was hurt before. My daughter is not Anthony Ciaz's daughter or Amy Young's daughter, who she gave up for adoption or gave to somebody else so she could be with Anthony Ciaz, who supposedly hurt a kid before or something, man. I didn't know that until last year. And I don't even know for sure if that's true. That's what you guys are telling me. Meanwhile, you got 2 girls over there in Arizona with him, with my name on, calling me I'm just as guilty as they are if you're with him then. I'm not with him, man. Whatever videos your shit are looking at up here is not fucking real, man. It's just to get my fucking money. Oh, yeah, well, why does Anthony Ciaz have a brand new car? He's got a brand new fucking pressure washer. It's like a $5,000 pressure washer. Katrina's got it made. She's got her cleaning business all set up and shit. Yeah, because you put my fucking name on her to go over there, huh? So that you can keep persecuting me for what they're doing backwards. She got my money, not Tiffany. And so did she up there with my name on. Same one that comes down here crying. It's fucking bullshit, man. They won't disconnect me. My family's like, we don't want you talking out loud in front of us or whatever. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't help that they're talking out of my mouth. Like, I'm not schizophrenic. This happened to me from a fucking Fed drone. A drone that my friends had, but not necessarily on the human being floor, up there. And they literally scanned me in with the Fed tool or whatever, FBI tool or whatever it isn't, at my friend's house, who was also a Fed. That I didn't know she was one of those either. Yeah?
I opened this. There's nothing in it.
What? Oh, hell no.
No. I went like this.
Someone stole it or something.
Yeah, I didn't know. Usually it'd be sticking out like that because when you're done, you push it in like that. But it was right here, and I went like that. It flipped up kind of easy like that. I already flipped it up.
Oh, well, you can take it back.
I know, but I don't have no incense for tonight.
Oh. Why don't you just go take it back right now?
Oh, honey, I'm too tired of running around. I do this every day. I'm sick of it.
Mm.
Maybe I'll do it later.
Anyway, man, like, bro, this is the most fucked up shit I've ever seen. Tiffany has something called a sidewinder, okay? And that allows them to talk out of her mouth on the human being floor. A different country literally saved her life, called Japan or Sweden. And she literally came over here all digitarius in the pupil department and said if Tiffany needs help, she can call them, but she's talking about up here. So she put long distance or overseas calling on her phone. And they did call her, and she did come over here, and she did stick up for Tiffany Brooks Browning, the human being who was set up, the one with the sidewinder. And what do? They turn it around and say it's that one they're sticking up for, which is not Tiffany. It's someone completely fucking different. And she's persecuting Tiffany, the human being on the ground, for not being able to persecute them. When that's not Tiffany up here doing nothing. It's someone else. It's stuck to somebody different. Tiffany cannot be up here like her because she's on a chain. If you pull Tiffany up here, if the FBI was to pull her up here for questioning or whatever, it would not be Tiffany in it. It would be them. Her brain stems are split with 3 other people. So it'll be one of those people talking through her mouth. And depending on which lifeline, because there's 15 of them, which lifeline you're on that you pull her up there, it'll be 3 different people. Yes, she's the anomaly. No, there's not another human being like her. Yes, they would rather just say she's schizophrenic and not give a fuck. But dude, are you serious right now? They hooked her up to diabetes over here. So every sugar thing that she drinks, it times like 15. She's got like this big fatty liver now. Just because she's drinking for 6 months? Like, there's no fucking way that she would have gained 50 pounds because she drank when she's sitting here drinking just as much water as she drinks liquor. But yet she's connected to this guy with liver failure over here and red eyelids right there. She's connected to a red eye guy over there that drinks beer all the time. This is fucking illegal, man. Why can't you guys fix this for Tiffany? Then disconnect Tiffany then. We don't know how. Because it's making too much money. Right. It's making too much money to what? Use my kids for life force up here? Are you using my kids for life force? Are you using Tony's kids? Yeah? Why? Were you going to protect them from Anthony, the pervert? Tiffany's not Anthony. Showtime. That's what I'm saying. I didn't fill out no fucking report, man. I made a video to the FBI, sent it to the FBI, and said, because you guys are telling me I can't get my fucking money because some CPS shit. When I called them, they said it's closed file. So I make a video because you guys told me that my daughter was hurt in the UE. Remember when you told me to steal my mom's car to go check on her to prove to the UE that was not my daughter? Yeah, okay, so I did that 3 years ago. And then you're telling me that's whatever that is the same reason why I still can't get my money or get disconnected or whatever when I'm a millionaire up here because of what they did to me. Like, are you not fucking getting it? You literally ruined Tiffany's life to protect your paid informancy program and let all these fake people up here keep running the show. I love my children. I would never pick a man over my fucking kids up here or anywhere else. That was not me in it. It was Sarah. She did not recognize my daughter. My baby girl was up here as an entity baby, like 2 years old, and she's the one that adopted her up here as a baby. She didn't even know she wasn't an adult because there was a different entity kid in her. But anyway, 3 years ago, man. Because she came in here off pictures, bro. I can't explain it to you, man. Nothing. It's kind of like it's an upper echelon background check, sort of. They can look at your pictures up here and it brings in like memories from the pictures and shit. And they said Tiffany was one of the only people that they'd ever seen that's never hurt another human being on the planet in her life, and always forgave everybody and didn't hold grudges or nothing, and that she was the anomaly. And they said she could be an upper echelon member or a UE member on the ground and not a syndicate. And a syndicate was the people who played the game that were doing drugs and had been in trouble before. So she stayed off drugs. She was motivated by them, keeping her, clean and sober or whatever for that whole first year until they scared her to death to talk to Anthony again. Because she stuck up for somebody on the human being floor in court outside of Sal's or whatever. And then after that, they told her, okay, well, you stuck up for him. Now you're going to go to prison for it. I'm like, what? And then they said they listed her as somebody who threw a gun away in their paperwork up here. Like, this isn't meth-induced psychosis. This is not drug, nothing, man. If you look at the track record of the people that I've mentioned already in my fucking FBI reports, it's proven facts that I'm telling the truth on the human being floor, and they're lying. But yet I have to sit here every fucking day bawling my eyes out because I miss my kids. I miss my life. I miss my privacy. I literally cannot have a boyfriend or nothing. That's not her doing that. I literally cannot have a boyfriend or nothing, man. Because of what they said it looks like up here. And it's not just me, making out with him or whatever. It's all of us making out with him or someone else. And it's fucking ridiculous. And those people over there that are with him, they're not affected on the human being floor about what they're doing or what it looks like up here. I am, and I can't control what they're doing because you can't control human people on the fucking ground, even though I told her that. I asked the CIA to disconnect me from Anthony Cia's CPS watch or whatever they were saying because the FBI wouldn't do it. But they're getting way too much money because of what they did to Tiffany. And they didn't do it to Tiffany to hurt Tiffany. They didn't know she was a mom. Or they thought she was Sarah or Jessica or someone else. Like every single fucking day, man. I miss my baby girl so fucking much, dude. It's so fucking. I missed out 3 more years, dude. She's 13. She's already busy with her best friend all the time. Like she's got church and band and all this shit. Like she's got a beautiful life over there. But I know she misses her mom. I know she does. And they're telling me that they called her on the phone and said some weird shit to her. Like I don't even know if it was on the human being floor, if it was up here, but like I didn't do that or whatever. Like I didn't say that to my daughter. I didn't call Rachel. I didn't call Donna. I didn't call these people and say this shit. I didn't fill out these reports. All I said was my daughter is not their fucking daughter. She was not hurt like that. So why can't you just disconnect me and give me my money? I'm not with Anthony Ciaz. I'm not with anybody. And they scared me to death 2 years ago to talk to him like several fucking times. Before I even knew that I wasn't supposed to be talking to him because of that, man. I didn't find out about that until last December, not this December, but last December, which is when I made that video to the FBI. And I was like, fuck you, FBI. You want to fucking choose Anthony Ciaz over me? Are you fucking kidding me? They did this to me to set me up to get it off them. They didn't know I was a mom. Whatever it is, so they could be up here in their paid information program or so they could get a union job or whatever it is. Because he's connected to other people that are family of his girlfriend or whatever, who got killed over the same shit, man, in real life. It's like, what the fuck do I gotta do, you know? They're like, oh, you're just schizophrenic. No, she's not. This is other people talking out of her mouth, okay? She was standing up for people. And when they talk out of her mouth, sometimes they say some fucked up shit. They're not even saying about Tiffany the human being being accused of shit. They're talking about that one with her name on, who's with him over there, getting my money as a UE member somewhere else in Arizona. It doesn't matter what you're looking at, motherfucker. It ain't real, man. Well, why are you guys letting children be attached to them and then say, come down here and say, you're not my mom anymore? When these people on the human being floor don't give two shits or a fuck what's happening up here. The only person that does is the people up here and me, because I'm getting persecuted for it. These women are losing their fucking kids or their jobs or whatever. The people that don't exist, yeah, the ear, teeth, eye, skin people or whatever. It's not even from here, I don't think. I think it's from Europe or something. I'm not sure, because it goes through a translation system. But I'm the one that hears them. They have these angel voices, and you see the clouds around me. They have these angel voices and stuff. Yeah, what? Nothing. They're disagreeing with what she's saying. And like, it's just fucking bullshit. Like, nobody else hears these angel people. And that's what I mean. The UE member guy came over here, was a teenager or a young dude who sounded black or whatever. He's like, oh, that was Tiffany. Like, I hear shit inside of my head because it's something off of my brainstem. One of those 3 people that they put through my brainstem, it's something that they're doing with my name on. And when we looked over there about what he was looking at through Tiffany's eyes, it was Anthony, not Tiffany. But he had her name on? I didn't steal no fucking car with Mikey. I took him to pick up a car that he had a key for. And the fear you heard in my brain was I thought he was going to ask me to get out and take the car so he could steal my car, man. If I ever would have found a dead person in my apartment when I went to pick up my stuff, I would have called 911 and given him CPR just like I did when I found dead Nick. What the fuck is wrong with you people? I cannot lie in my subconscious brain, man. That's why this stupid bitch fucking talks shit to me every time I make a mistake. Like, literally, like, this is just fucking whatever, man. But anyway, like, I barely ever take showers because they drive my train to sit here every day and stick up for myself and them through YouTube and file reports and shit, right? But it doesn't ever go anywhere on the human being floor. They're just sitting here like, horror. Sorry. Literally, man. Like, this morning, I changed my underwear this morning, right? I put a new pad on. And then they're bitching at me about not taking showers. So I was like, okay, but I don't have very many underwear that fit me because I've gained 40 pounds, or 35 pounds, 40 pounds. And those were the only pairs that I had left that fit. And so in my brain, I'm literally thinking, okay, I'll just take these underwear off and change the pad out and, put them back on because I just put them on. And this bitch is over here talking shit like, change your underwear. You're going to take a shower. Aren't you like, whatever the fuck she was saying in my fucking head. talking shit about me, a human being. Like, why is she listening to my thought processes and talking shit to me when they know that I'm right here and not that one? Because my subconscious brain can't even think straight, man. I didn't even think about it like that. Like, okay, well, I probably already have butt germs on it or whatever because I haven't taken a shower in, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks probably. I just washed my hair or whatever. Do a quick sponge bath or whatever. Because, man, they sit there and talk shit about me looking ugly, fat, naked. Yes, what the fuck, dude? And they come over here and they're like, we're not paying you, Tiffany, because you said you did this in here. I'm not in here. I'm a human being. There's 3 people off my brain stems, and you're paying those people to say that. Whatever it is, man. I didn't hurt nobody. He did. And those stupid bitches are with him. They're choosing him over their kids, not me. I didn't choose him over my kids. He was never my boyfriend. He was just one of the only people I knew from there that could fly me away because they told me I was going to go to prison for something I didn't do either. Like, to throw a gun away or something. This is not a fucking psychosis, man. This is not... You don't talk in first and third person. Like, one minute I'm saying my story, and then the next thing they're saying, Tiffany didn't do that. Like, Tiffany's a good person, la, la, la. You can't switch from first to third person. These are other people, profiles from the DEA, from normal syndicates, from piece of shit bitches getting my money in the pay informercy program. Like, this is multiple profile disorder from the pay informercy program / the upper echelon through the FBI in 3 different states, or one is a different country, sort of. Because I hear them over here talking shit about somebody else in Persian named Rebecca for some reason, but that's not Rebecca doing that. It's someone else. And then Mother Earth came over here, and we call her Mother Earth, but she was from, I think, Japan, but they don't ever say the right country or the right thing. It's always off a little bit. And she originally was married. She's one of the ones that adopted a different version of Soraya up here that came in here on pictures, man, because my baby girl was so fucking cute when she was little. She's still beautiful now, but it's like they just looked at her eyes because I have a sidewinder, and I can't explain it, man. I have a tool in I downloaded a tool in my brain to scan in a picture so that the UE member up here could wear my body in my body looking like me to stand up for people in court that someone has told on because I didn't want to be associated with the rat tail shit through the echelon. And anyway, so whenever I look at a picture or a person, it brings them in here, man. Usually with someone else in it. And they have the same thing in their body too, because I didn't even have access to my Facebook because I had to tell them to take it off the internet because they were talking so much shit. Take your Facebook wall phone number, and they kept changing my password and stuff. My good mom one that showed me being a mom, and they were trying to keep it separate up here from what they were doing, but something happened and they were submitting transmissions on bad guys or something through my brain stems, and with 15 levels of FBI clearance, and just I can't explain to you the levels of bureaucracy or whatever they're not saying, but like, I'm not crazy, okay? The witnesses are right here, and they're sitting here waiting to say something, so. One of my lifelines is literally the clouds, which is literally the FBI, I think. Why isn't the cloud sticking up for Tiffany? Because he's getting her money to say she's Katrina. I see blue life force coming off my baby girl Soraya, so that's how I know you guys are in her head, or on her head. I saw see-through coming off Sophie, which is a different situation than the clouds, I think. I saw blackout life force coming off Luli. I always see blue coming off my mom. I know for a fact you guys are attached to us because I hear her saying funny things that are being said up here through my mom's mouth that doesn't make sense. And her voice code changes sometimes. And when you guys said you were putting poison in the lion to kill somebody in here with self-assisted suicide or whatever, my mom had a seizure. She's like, I don't feel good. And she's fainted and the eyes rolled back in her head. And then there's the whole failing kidneys thing where somebody we were attached to has failing kidneys and bad ones, and she went to the doctor and she had failing kidneys, and I was like, rebuke that in the name of Jesus, and I asked the UE to fix her power source, and then I was like, don't worry about it, Mom, you'll go back and he'll be fine, and they did, and she was. And that's what I was hoping was going to happen this time when I went to the hospital, but it wasn't. They didn't say I had failing kidneys at all. But the problem here, the weird thing is that they didn't even actually say that I had a kidney infection, even though I was pissing blood. And then when I went back 2 days after that, they said there's nothing wrong with my kidneys at all. And that my liver has a lot of fat on it. And they're attributing it to drinking in the last 6 months. But I'm also connected to someone else with liver failure up here in the Blue Life Force Department. Anyway, I've been to the hospital 6 times for stuff that I can't prove, like burning in my body skins and dehydrating instantly because when they were submitting transmission, a satellite or a star or whatever it was came down from the sky, and I literally felt it go into my body, and I was like, what the hell? And I'm like burning instantly, and like I couldn't breathe, and like I instantly my throat starts sticking to each other, and I'm chugging water. I thought I was gonna die, and that's when they said it was Japan, but we called him Carosseria with a beautiful accent from a different, like French or something, some awesome person, some entity person, angel person, told me, he's like, I'm gonna save your life by building robots up here, and we called it on the hospital wall, but that's just because it's FBI tick there. And we're borrowing power from the generators up here at the hospital to keep you alive on the human being floor and us alive up here in the UE, because Tiffany has 3 people through her brain stems, all of them with 3 people times 15 lines. So she's getting power in and out of her brain. And that's why she's got these bald spots, and she gets up sebum because it's literally electricity coming in and out of her brain. And I know it seems impossible, but it's not when you're FBI or secret people or foreign dignitaries or whatever they're not saying. But that's what I mean. Like, that's why I was freaking out on that gurney when they're yelling out of my mouth, shut it off. And my face felt like it was burning when I got out in the sunlight. I'm literally watching my hair singe up because I had it in a bun. The little flowy things, I was watching it singe up, and they were saying that somebody's hair was on fire or there was gas in it or something. And it was killing a little girl up here. And I thought it was my daughter that they had adopted. And then they start me doing gurneys. And they had some black warden lady come talk to me at the hospital. And she's like, what's your phone number? And I was out of it because they gave me a sedative in the thing. And they didn't read my rights or nothing. But they strapped me to a gurney like I was crazy and just took me to the hospital. And it's because of what they're saying up here, and or because Anthony made that stupid false report that drugs are being done in front of kids when I live here with my mom and my daughter doesn't live with me, and Tanika didn't do drugs in front of her kids either. They're grown. He was just saying that to get her kicked out of my apartment so he could live there because she was a felon. She's not supposed to be doing drugs. Or apparently have kids there, sort of. I mean, she could, but he couldn't be there if there's kids there, I guess. If that's what the problem is, that makes sense. But anyway, it's just fucking bullshit, man. Nothing. The point here is everybody in the FBI, DEA, and everywhere else, they have met her out front, man. They know she's telling the truth. They just don't know what to do about it because it's so everywhere, man. It's just fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. You guys are keeping me. You will not pay me any money at all for what you let happen on United States soil. When I lived in Washington State and never been in trouble before, was not dating that motherfucker at all. I literally just got off drugs, crossed the bridge to get the fuck away from Anthony Cias. So what do you guys do? You drive my train in FBI to go over there and stare up at the sky, and I have no idea what's going on, and you send me his body to attach him to my brainstems to keep him here in Oregon, when he moved to Arizona? Like, I had already vowed I was never going to talk to the motherfucker again, and it wasn't just him either. It was 2 other people, another dude and another girl. So did you guys keep playing your pay informantry program over there? Or wherever you're at? Or do your alternate community service from a distance? Or was it to get him a union job? Or was it to change his identity in Arizona? It's confidential. I literally just heard somebody come over here saying, you're going to get arrested on the human being floor because of what they're saying you did in here. And I don't know if he was talking to me or someone else because he didn't actually say my name that time. But that's what I'm saying, man. It's fucking bullshit because it's in, out, in, out, in, out. So I'm out, they're in, he's out, she's in, he's out, they're in, he's out, and someone else is in. So these three people are pinging between Tiffany and that one. If that one has drugs in his system or her system, so does she. But Tiffany does it. And if he does drugs, it comes up on the timeline, and it looks like she's doing it too, or him, somewhere different. And they get paid informant money to do that. And then they come over here and say, oh, you're not a UE member anymore. You're not a mom anymore. You're choosing drugs over your kids, or you're choosing up here. And it's just the most fucked up shit that I've ever fucking heard in my life. Like, they literally on my Facebook talk shit to one of my homeboys from the past, calling him a gay faggot off my Facebook. Okay? I've gotten word in my head that you guys have literally called people from up here pretending to be other people to stick up for me to other people that because you thought I was going to get killed or you were going to get killed up here for what they were saying about you or him, because you're connected to one of the other people trying to get either disconnected or get picked up somewhere. And then I got my friends writing me back on my Facebook, and you wonder why people don't want to pick you up. I'm a what? I didn't ask anybody to pick me up, man. It's just so funny. I'm a good fucking mom. I just don't have a car, man. I'm disabled because of them. I had to get on disability because I can't even hear when people are talking to me. Half the time, I cannot even comprehend what they're saying most of the time because either I'm lulled out because you guys are listening or I'm listening to what you're saying. Like, I don't even have a choice to listen to what you're saying because you're listening to it through my brainstem earphones. There's a fucking ice cream cone on the ground over there. My number one priority is being a mother, not a drug addict. I'm not a drug addict anymore. I only did drugs because I hated my fucking life sitting there without AIDS in my life. I hated my life that I was in, dude. I loved my life where I was at before with my baby girl, raising her every day and being with a safe husband or whatever. You know? She was my gift from God. Like, that's all I ever wanted was a baby girl. I mean, my son was a perfect son too, but like, that's all I ever wanted was a baby girl. And I got her, and I was so fucking happy. And the last thing I wanted to do was ever fucking split our family up. But it was time, you know. He met his soulmate, and I'm happy that she's being raised in a happy home like that, and seeing that, like, every day. Like, she sees what real love is. You know, they work as a team, and Tony's a perfect stepmom and everything. But I wasn't a bad mom either. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't there a lot in the end there because my dad was dying of kidney failure and I had to give him dialysis and shit. But it was not like I wasn't not there because I didn't want to be, dude. I was fucking homeless on the streets. And he moved in with his girlfriend. And then I just got stuck in the drug world or whatever. And I didn't know how to get out. Because once you're in it, it's hard to get out of it, man. It's super fucking hard. It's not even that I was super drug addict at all. I just didn't know what else to do. So finally, I fucking gave up. I was like, I'm done, dude. I left my whole apartment behind, every single thing I owned in it. Anthony C had already ruined my car out of jealousy or whatever. And with the UE FBI people from Arizona telling me they were going to pay for my apartment because they were selling the apartments. But they did not know that I was not up here, man. Because it's like a copy of the world up here. It's hard to explain, dude. So there's like a copy of everybody up here. It's part of the FBI program, kind of. It's like jury duty, sort of. And it might not have been like that exactly 3 years ago, but that's how it is now because of what they did to me, supposedly. At least that's what they're saying. Anyway, the point here is that I'm not a paid informant anymore, she's saying. Tiffany was never a paid informant, man. Anyway, the point here is, man, is like, you guys cannot keep doing this to me and my daughter. You guys have not made it right with my daughter, or she would be writing me back on Facebook. I don't know if she's actually seeing it or if you guys are seeing it. Or maybe she just is too busy, but I don't think so, man. I called the other night and I'm wondering, like, I just think she did get her. She would have wrote me, like, what do you mean? I didn't get a phone call from you or something. But anyway, anyways, yeah, it's just things are contradicting to each other. They make me question my sanity sometimes, man, because like I call somebody and the phone conversation doesn't go the way it's supposed to, kind of, and then they'll text me and be like, sorry I missed your call. I'm all, what? But I just talked to you on phone, right? And then they don't respond. Does that mean, like, I'll be in the middle of a conversation, it just hangs up, and I call back, they don't answer, and they'll be like, sorry I missed your call. I'm like, so was I talking to a fake person or a real person? Like, it's so fucking bullshit, dude, because I didn't do shit wrong. I've never been in trouble. They had already done an upper echelon background check on me, which is where they take your pi algorithm and your brainstems, which takes all the moments momentous and mundane out of your brainstems, mixed with like pictures from Facebook, and like they can get the stories up here in the upper echelon pretty quick about your life, man. And they knew for a fact because they had already been in my head for 2 years before I crossed the bridge because of a different reason connected to him or someone else. Because I was always hearing them talking like, we can't tell you who we are or whatever, but we're hearing you. We know you're going through it. We're sorry. Maybe you should get off drugs or whatever. But they didn't ever say get off drugs. But anyways, but she was hearing a bunch of shit talk in her head about these dudes and those girls, or dudes with girls' bodies on, or pinging off girls or whatever, being rat tails and stealing people's stuff. And they kept calling her a bitch, and she's taking a shower in the dark because she feels like people are watching her. And she's literally taking a shower in the dark with a dress on and a tea light. And she's hearing them talking shit. She's like, can you see me? And she's like, yeah, bitch, right out of her mouth. And she's like, or not right out of her mouth, but right in her head. And it was a cop saying that. But the cop did not see Tiffany in the dark with a tea light on. She saw somebody else doing it out loud that was not taking a shower. That's what I'm saying, dude. I was never hurt when I was little. My family is not their family, man. We are not a demented, fucked up family, man. Sal was raised Seventh-day Adventist. I was raised Christian. Like, we're good fucking people, just like Rachel Morrow and everybody else over here. Because you had Rachel, Christy, and Marilee up here too, man. You also had my cousin Crystal up here. You had Sally up here for a while. Cause, man, she came through and she's like, I don't blame Tiffany if she accused somebody falsely of something because of what it looks like up here. But that wasn't Tiffany accusing anybody of nothing. It was the UE accusing somebody of something. And they made a report, I guess. But it's something different, man. That's what I'm saying. They told me that Sal got arrested twice because of what they were looking at up here, because of what they did to Tiffany. But then they tell me it wasn't even Sal, my daughter's dad. It was my son's dad, because an Aryan Nation guy came out of prison calling somebody the N-word. And I was like, and I'm in my mind, right? Because I knew at this point, I knew you could put bodies on. I was picturing Chava's picture on my wall. And I was like, oh yeah, boom, now you're Mexican, right? I just say that in my mind, like, now you're Mexican. Like, put a Mexican body on, have fun going back to your prison cell, Mr. N-word caller. And apparently he kept the body on up here. And he got arrested twice because he was doing porn or some weird shit or selling drugs, or I don't know what he was doing up here. But anyway, it's like, it's am I delusional? Why don't you come down here and meet me out front then, sir? What's your name, age, and rank? What's the matter? Are you scared? None of your goddamn business. This is Tiffany in the mirror. That is not Tiffany. I'm the one with the sidewinder, not her. They did this to me with the drone, not her. Oops. This one on YouTube. Every single fucking day for a year and a half she's been here. Every single day on YouTube, proving where she's at and what she's doing because of what you said it looks like she's doing over there. Weights. You want to come down here one more time and say that? Come on down here, big boy. Come on, big Daddy Kane. This is Tiffany. You see her on YouTube? Yeah. She's not that bitch. You're ruining Tiffany's life, the good mom who got off drugs to be a better mom. 3 years we've been with her on the human being floor. Mom, yes, that is not the one you don't want to talk to bad like that. What, Big Daddy Kane? No, punk ass nigga. Sorry. That's not me talking. It's us talking. Get the fuck over here, man. See this person on YouTube with the vape pen? No. Yes. This one is not guilty with the vape pen. Question mark. Airbending. Is that the spaceship with no balls in it? What the fuck? Look at what you're looking at. Oh my god, did you forget to do dual ISIM codes? Why don't you put Tiffany's body on? And then go over there with dual ISIM codes and see what the fuck's really going on, you stupid punk ass bitch. What are dual ISIM codes? It's where you can see your level and someone else's, like who's on their head. Because they came down here one time a long time ago when Tiffany was doing drugs still with her brother. And they come down here and like, Tiffany, why are you doing drugs with your son? And they knew he was an adult, but they knew I was trying to lead by example, right? And I was like, I'm losing my life force, but that's not my son. That's my brother. Dual ISIM codes. And they're like, oh, weird. That is Robbie. That's Elijah. Somewhere else. And I don't know if it's because they're looking down or it's because they're looking through the eyes and seeing the wrong person or what. But they put 3 different people through my eyes. They told me they pulled Elijah up here, fixed his collarbone to help when he was in jail or somewhere else, some other time. And was going to try to help him set out a lifeline. And I don't know if that's really what they were doing or if they were trying to use him for life force or what. But anyway, that's what I mean. And next thing you know, I'm hearing my son over here bawling his eyes out, and I have no idea why he's crying. But I can hear him crying, and I hear him going, Mama, Mama. And it's just so fucked up, man. And I hear my little girl over here saying, it's okay, Mommy. Don't cry, Mommy. Don't cry, Mommy. Don't cry, Mommy. Which is 13 right now. Which is so fucked up, bro. I am not Anthony Ciaz. I'm not Amy Young. I'm not Katrina Hayward. I never gave up rights to see my kids up here. I was never up here. It was not me up here. It was them up here in my body or something different, or you were reliving somebody else's memories, and they're all trying to lie right now. My daughter was never in harm's way. I'm not him. When I stayed the night there that one time, remember when the baby woke up and I went and patted him back to sleep, right? So they could stay asleep. You guys came back down here when I was falling back asleep, and you were like angel people, and you're like, why is there some chimo around our son? Talking about some chimo on my chain over there. So I mean, I'm like, I'm trying to sue them, but I have to I've sent it to the FBI and the DEA, and I asked all the judges and all the cops to help me up here in the echelon, get me my money, or at least get me disconnected so I can have a boyfriend and a normal life or something, be able to figure my shit out, because I literally cannot think straight for myself. They drive my train every day to sit here in front of YouTube and in front of the mirror to prove who the fuck I am, because that's him doing that, not Tiffany. That's him. Looks like Anthony Ciaz, but he has her name on. Off her brainstem, which isn't Anthony, it's the other guy who's dead. And I hear some little kid over here saying, it looks like they're peeing in each other's mouth. Because that's what the computer's saying. Because they're watching pornography over here in the cancer department. No, I don't even care, man. My daughter can see this all she wants. She's old enough to understand what her mom's going through. She can either choose to believe it or not. And you guys can get the fuck out of her head, too. If you're in there fucking telling my daughter anything in her fucking subconscious brain like you tell me all the time, I heard you fucking say that to her. If you love your mom, you don't love yourself. I never said shit to my daughter on Facebook up here about I don't like her haircut. Dude, I love her haircut. I was just sad she cut it or that I wasn't there. Because that was like her first real haircut, man. Besides when I trimmed it when she was little. My daughter is my world. I just don't get to see her because I don't have a car. They're too busy giving money to people that do drugs. Saying it's Tiffany, choosing not to be a mom anymore. Yeah, well, here's the funny thing. Is before I even knew my daughter had an Asian best friend, they called her Evil Chinese Soraya. And there was somebody named Becca in Ohio that got her kids taken from her up here because of whatever was going on. And then 2 years later, I find out she's got a beautiful best friend who's Asian, and she's got a mom named Becca. And that's in the fucking paperwork from 2 years ago. Anyway. If you guys don't do your fucking job, I swear to God, they said I've already gotten 3 people fucking fired. I don't know from which, I don't know if it's cops, judges, or what, man, but that's what I mean. My therapist either got fired or he quit me because of what was said up here. I got a letter from my insurance company saying that my account was cyber hacked. My records were cyber hacked. And basically rumors were spread and stuff like that. Cyber hacked by criminals, they said. Like, I have been gang stalked beyond measure. Like, it is so not even funny, man. They gave me the name Empress because they ruined my name up here for T-Bunny. They were doing pornography. Like I said, they can deny it all they want, but in the paid informatry program up here in the FBI, they can have virtual reality cameras in your house up here. It's like a copy of your house over there up here. And they can see what you're doing in your room or whatever, looking like 2 other people doing it, so that they can gather the information to catch the bad guys on the ground. They do the same thing for porn over there, and they allow them to do it for some reason. Or maybe they just can't. Then why did LaShawn call me a nose picker / porn star to my face when I was never doing pornography? And he's the one that was the game person. Yeah, he's the one that I thought I was working with the drone people. Because I thought he was in trouble, and I thought he was on a kill chain, and I thought if I didn't stick up for him that he would get killed. Well, he did get killed. He's dead. So it's like everybody that I know of that played the game, they were in the old life with the drug situation and been in trouble before. They were all felons or something. But anyway, the point here is like they're sitting here like, don't hang out with people who do drugs. Don't hang out with people that know about the game. Don't try to like fix it with them or whatever, because you're not allowed to talk about it with them about up here for some reason. But they all know it's true, that I'm innocent and someone else is guilty, and they're just sitting here like, oh, it's okay, we'll just make her wait another year to disconnect her. We'll just keep giving her bald spots on her head. Did I show you the bald spots already? I'm sitting here getting shocked like I feel them all. Ow, it's burning. Stop shocking me. And like, I have big sebum bumps on my head. This one is a UE one over here. You can see it or not. Like, I have one here. I have one here. They start off as scabs and they just get bigger and bigger, and then the hair starts coming out. I'll go like this and it just pulls out like 50 hairs at once. When I got stung by a bee when I was working with my friend's friend up on the roof, I climbed down. I got stung in the eye. I climbed down, and then I got stung 4 more times when the bee was not on me, because they got stung 4 times up here, falling into my body. I had to switch out their bodies up here because they all got made or whatever. Like, I didn't have 4 more stings. I still had 1, but I felt it get stung 4 more times. And I could feel them falling into my body talking about it. Please pray, Soraya. Please pray, Ema. Please pray, Sally. Tony probably won't pray, neither will Sal, but I'm sending it to those 5 people. Once again, Soraya's grandma is basically FBI kind of. Alright, and I've already notified them and asked them to have my back in the UE up here. And don't let them keep calling me these people over there. And I'm pretty sure she does, she's just not saying nothing. I mean, she does say something, but then another timeline rolls. That's not really her. It's some other version of her saying what she's thinking about what's going on. But the thing is that they're only seeing 1 lifeline at a time, and there's 15 of them attached to me. So, like, they can clear a whole level and fix everything for that one timeline, and then I hear the big voices in the sky coming over here saying, Tiffany Brooks Brownie's not these people. Tiffany Brooks Brownie's never been in trouble. Tiffany Brooks Brownie's going to get her money tomorrow or today or soon, since we can't disconnect her. We don't know how. It's too intricate. It's with other countries, too. It's like, that's what I mean. He said he's keeping Tiffany alive to keep the upper echelon alive, and they were from a different country. Because I don't know if it's because we went over there to get permission to further develop it or what, but anyway. I am not crazy. I'm not dying again. They're timesing stuff in my body, so right. So if I drink a cup of coffee and they drink, it's like me drinking 4, but I don't feel the effects of the caffeine or nothing. I just get the fat in my stomach. And my body reacts like I'm having kidney failure. I'm having kidney failure pain, bleeding out of my pee hole. But yet when I go to the doctor, there's no real proof that that's the case. Like, I've literally bled straight blood out of my pee hole. Like, I was bloop, and I was like, what the heck? And I took toilet paper and I touched it to my pee hole, and I was like, what the crap? And there's literally like a quarter-sized blood dollop on it, and that happened 3 times. And it's happened to people up here too, with tampons in, and dudes too, up here. I did make a mistake because they drove my train to call my friend because I hadn't gotten out of the house since my birthday. And other than to help my sister or whatever. And like right before right before Valentine's Day. And they were the ones telling me to call her because for a different reason. I can't explain to you what when they're in your head, it's like you feel like, yep, this is the right thing to do. I'm going to do this, okay? Hopefully I won't make a mistake or whatever. But anyway, the point is I wasn't supposed to hang out with her, and I thought it was them telling me to hang out with her to fix it because she was one of the people that played the game and knew about it. And then, they times my pain while I was gone to a point where I couldn't even tell you how bad it hurt for punishment. Torturing me. And I came back here and I made a video. And I cried to all the judges and the FBI and told them all I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that I wasn't supposed to do that because I can't really tell the difference between the real FBI and the people that are tricking me so that they can keep getting my money. Because then the first thing they do is come over here and say, oh, she made a mistake. That's why we're not paying her. Like, I can't call my good friends that have never been in trouble because of this system. When I talk to them on Facebook, they don't respond. They don't look at my videos. They don't write me back. Or if they do write me back, they write me back some weird stuff saying like, well, undiagnosed something is dangerous or something. I'm a what? Like, what makes you say that? Like, I never said anything like that. Like, that's what I mean. Or they say, and you wonder why people want to pick you up. I'm like, what makes you say that to me? Like, it doesn't make sense, man. Yeah. Okay. They say when I call somebody on Facebook, if they don't answer, or even if they do answer, but especially if they don't answer, it can open up the airways for these people up here to call them. Or if I message them, it opens up the airway for them to call them or message them to validate their point about getting my money still, or what they're looking at up here, or whatever it is they're saying up here, which is not Tiffany. Tiffany's not the schizophrenic one. That was him. He's the one that can literally have somebody else drive his train to act like a completely different person. Like emotions and everything. Like these people can drive my train to say weird shit that I can't stop them from saying out of my mouth, but they can never change my personality at all. My personality is always the same. I'm not schizophrenic. I'm not multiple personality disorder. I'm multiple profile disorder. And it's from the DA and the FBI. So let's just say a little prayer really quick. Dear Jesus in heaven, or whoever you are in Orient, I'm really starting to worry that you don't exist anymore because of what you're letting them do to me on the human being floor. As a mother who's never been in trouble, got off drugs and peanut butter mom 3 years ago, and you allowed them in the FBI to do this to me in Oregon when I lived in Washington from Arizona. I have a sidewinder. My brainstems are split between other people. I have 3 life colors coming off of me. Clouds, blue and red usually. And it used to be yellow, blue, and red. They switch it out. I wake up every hour, every 2 hours, every night because they shift change it to keep the whatever it is alive up here. Or maybe it's to keep me alive because my brain is really not working because I was electrocuted or something. Anyway, please make them pay me or just disconnect me in real life so that I can just die slow, I guess. Please make the FBI realize that they're doing the wrong thing in my body over there and saying it's me and blaming me for it so that they can continue to be whatever they aren't up here. Please bless Mother Earth from Japan, whose husband divorced her too for the same reason. And please bless Mrs. I heard the Britain horns the other day. That was great. Mrs. Sweden Pupil Department. They came over here and asked me to put an extension on my phone and said I could call her if I need help. But I can't call them on the ground. I mean, I can, but I don't even know what to say because they can't even be in my body to talk the right language. I mean, not they can speak English. They have translators, but that's what I mean. There's somebody else blocking it. So if I was a real FBI agent or whatever, they could have somebody sitting in my body talking out of my mouth with the right verbiage so that they would know up here what was going on. But it's being blocked by a bunch of different people, so I can't even do it like that. So they have to do it up here, and they tell me they're doing it, but I don't really know for sure because I don't have proof of nothing. All I have proof of is people talking weird stuff on my Facebook that doesn't make sense, and then I go back sometimes to look at it, and it's gone. Or I'll get little messages on my side screen or whatever, and it disappears. I don't have hardcore proof of nothing that anybody has my back. I've never gotten nothing at all on the human being floor that says they have my back at all. It's just up here, and they do it out loud in front of certain people, but then they go over there and say, F you, Tiffany, or whatever. Now we're not paying you, or whatever they're saying. Or you said you did this in here. Like, I did not say I did nothing in here. I'm not in here. These other people in here saying weird shit to get me my money. I did not hurt nobody in my past. I did not kill nobody. I did not steal no cars. I did not break into the office. You already know what I did during COVID. You know I drove one once, but anyway. And what I did to pay my first month's rent. And those 2 things were already forgiven by the upper echelon. They're not. They said over here that Tiffany has done nothing punishable by the government at all. At all. At all. And she is too connected to them. Oh, fuck. Please help me, you guys. I filed internet complaint forms and IC9s, or I emailed the IC9 people because apparently I already filed one on all 4 emails. I bought a brand new laptop. My hard drive is already filled up with whatever you guys are putting on it. And I don't even know if it's sticking up for me or sticking up for yourselves backwards. I'm trying to prove why you got our money over there or up here, whatever you're looking at ain't real, man. They used to come over here and bring the cases in my body, right, with a dual ISTEM code with someone else in their body to show them that that's what that is, not what they're looking at from up here. But only one person out of probably 15 could actually see what she was looking at. They're seeing 2 other people or 2 other situations and re-traumatizing other people about stuff that's not real either. Because it's like, so I'm one person, right? And I have a certain set of icon stem codes. Someone else is behind me. They can see through my eyes and into their world. So that's 2, right? Okay, then there's another person behind them. They can see through their own eyes, her eyes, and my eyes. So they have to have four routers basically to be able to see Tiffany's world on the human being floor, that she's a human, and whatever they're trying to show them over there. And I do have 3 people connected to my brain stems. And no, the FBI doesn't usually look through your eyes on the human being floor at all. They said they pull you up here and do what they do. But I have a sidewinder that was burnt into my eyes, just like the bodies were sent to me, burnt into my eyes from the drone, and then scanned off me. Or maybe they weren't. All I remember is I had to keep my eyes open. So maybe those, I don't remember if sparklies came down or not. I don't think they did. But I know I had to keep my eyes open when they told me they were pulling me up there to fix it too. No, because after they sent me the bodies, they were in my body crying. Like, I did not know what was going on. They just said, don't move, right? We're going to scan you or something. But I didn't ask questions for some reason. I don't remember why I didn't ask questions. And then they were bawling their eyes out with me in my body. But they didn't tell me why they were crying, because they only cried for like 5 seconds. And then somebody else is there talking. Somebody else is there talking. And somebody else is there talking. And they're all acting like they're my friends. So I had no idea why they were crying. And I instantly forget. It's like short-term memory loss. It's like one person after the other, after the other, after the other, talking about different things in my head. Then we weren't talking out loud. And so next thing you know, she comes down here and says, you have the most messed up love story that I've ever heard of. We're going to pull you up here to fix it. And that's what they were saying, but that's not the real reason why they were crying. It was something different. And so she had me go outside and look up to the upper echelon and keep my eyes open for like, I don't even know, 3 minutes probably. And the next thing you know, they're telling me how to use my sidewinder, how to cop my eyes back. They didn't really say what it does, but when I would try to do it, like I could feel my eyes locking back, like they're being controlled by a computer system, or like cock it down and lock it back, which is cipher down and just pick up somebody or something. And I don't know, or questioning or something, I don't know. But anyway, or life force or whatever they do. But anyway, and then at my mom's house, they said they were making fun of me because for some reason they were looking through a Google iStem code, which peels your clothes off, and they could see my spots. So they said they were going to pull me up here and paint my body or whatever and fix whatever it was that they were making fun of, because they were having to deal with it up here in the UE. And that's what they said. They never said they pulled me up here to be a UE member or nothing. But then after that, they said you can be a UE member but not a syndicate at the same time. And I knew approximately what a UE member was, because I knew what the upper echelon was. So I knew that the UE was either the angel people that were either defending somebody or they worked for the law. And then but there's also the ear, teeth, eye, skin people that are the whisperer people that are hard to explain. They're angel people and they don't exist, they said. And I didn't know if that was Secret Service or not, because they said they don't exist. And we were in Washington State. Anyway, and then, so at my mom's house, they had me lay down with my bathing suit on, and I felt those same machine go up over my whole body. And then I don't know if it was because I fell asleep or it's because it got to my eyes or where my brain was, but all of a sudden it goes like if you've ever heard a power line, the power go through it and it like starts to get electrocuted. That's what I heard in my brain, and I was like, what the flip? And then all of a sudden I just saw red, like for a minute, just red. And I think somebody died then, but it's because they didn't realize that my brain stems were connected to other lines of FBI frequencies or whatever, or it cross-hatched with someone else. And that might have been when I lost my UE member that knew I was innocent, that gave me the name Empress. I'm not sure. But anyway, 3 years I've been down here like this, and I'm not a bad person. I've never hurt nobody. I cannot lie in my subconscious brain. You guys are fucking stupid if you think I'm lying, because these people are literally repeating and talking shit to me about my own insecure thoughts about stuff. And hers too. Right? I'm like, so I go pee, right? And I'm like, oh, I just want to wash my hands this time. Or I don't want to use hand sanitizer because it stinks. And they're like, wash your hands with the soap then. You know what I mean? And it's like, because they're super adamant about germs and stuff up here. Because you can, If I don't wash my hands, they don't wash their hands. And if somebody up here gets a cold, everybody gets cold. So anyways, I've never been in trouble. I'm a mom. I'm not those people over there in Arizona doing that. I'm not doing pornography. I'm not selling drugs. I'm not on drugs. Whoops. Please forgive the FBI that backstabbed me in Arizona. And please make it a woman on my head. I asked Aubrey to represent in Washington State. I asked Christy to represent over there. And the only person I asked over there in Arizona was DEA Sherry, because I didn't know the name of the woman in Arizona. But I thought her name was Cheryl. Amen.